What's up, guys? We're back. Another day, losing a couple more dollars. We got the fruit snacks, of course, the beer, of course, and our little friends, of course. So, oh shit. Let's bust into these. We'll get right into it. I'm gonna be having my research up here on my computer. I'm gonna have my gambling on my phone, and I'll do the editing later. So, dude, okay. Quick look right here. It's a UFC event. Which one is this? UFC event. All right, so a quick look at the card. Oliveira versus Topuria. That's going to be a really good. Fucking they know that. Pantoja. I'm probably favoring Pantoja. Here, let me do this is the quick, raw, unedited look at tomorrow's main event. All right, so we're definitely taking Topuria over Oliveira. Oliveira's up. We're taking Pantoja for sure. Let's see. Joshua Van, Brandon Royval. Royval's a dumb name. We're going Van. Van's also a dumb name. Like, fucking Bus or Royalty. I'm no friend of monarchs. Let's see here. Darius versus Maikano. Benel sounds cooler. You do with that. Excuse me. Talbot versus Lima. Lima's in Peru. We're going Peru. Talbot sucks. Costa. Oh wait, that's canceled. Prelim card. Going at the bottom up. Hermanson versus Rodriguez. Hermanson. We'll go with Herm. The Herm. Herm. Emil versus Dialga. Dialga's winning that, bro. Who's the Dialga? Delgado? Isn't that like cat or something? Oh, woman fight, chick fight. Eroge. Cortez is prettier. McKinney versus. We're picking the American. All right, now for the early prelims. Price versus Smith. 10-0 is good. Let's go Smith here. Deniz or Hines? I'll go for ketchup. Dumat. Oh, those are canceled. Wow, only two early prelims. Okay. All right. So let's look at some stuff here on the phone. So we got some stuff to play around with. We got Ilya Taporia. Alright, first. Here's our lineup, who we think's gonna win. Read them and weep. But when it comes to betting, let's think about this. Ilya Taporia is obviously gonna get over 0.5 significant strikes. And of course, our trusty calculator. And as we get into it, here, I'm over the age of 21. But I got a grill. I don't have a grill. I got a girl. Shout out. Anyway. We be popping pillies. Kroger brand ibuprofen. What? Anyway. Fight time, I find, is pretty hard to predict a lot of the time. That is not the MMA. There we go. Fight time's hard to predict. Significant strikes, I find pretty good. And takedowns. Round one, significant strikes. It's tough. So we're going to take over on Oliveira, significant strikes. Topuria, significant strikes. Top. Now, going down our list here. Looking back at the main card. I like building 3 bets for each card. Makes it interesting, keeps it light, keeps it fun. And you really get to see kind of like what's up. So let's try to find France versus Pantoja. Oh, there's France. His line is. Let's just get a new page here. This will be our final page. So for France, this is our significant strike page. He's at 69.5 significant strikes. More or less. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Mr. France. Find his stats record. Is that right? Nope, one no contest. That's interesting. We're going to see what we got here. So, significant strikes landed per minute, SLPM. He's averaging 4.56 significant strikes per minute. And at each round, right? Five minutes. And if each round, 5 minutes, that means he's going to come out to an average of. Trust your little calculator here. 5 minutes, 22.8 per round. So basically, this line is telling us that he's going to go 69.5 divided by 2.8 for about 3 rounds. So we're going 5 rounds here. So basically, the tail of the tape, Vegas is saying the fight's going to only go 3.04 minutes or rounds, 3.04 rounds. So let's do a little more research here. Significant strikes absorbed per minute. This is another important stat. He's averaging 3.22 absorbed per minute. So we'll remember that when we look at Pantoja's stats. Takedowns, don't care. Strike defense, doesn't matter as long as they hit. Accuracy, 39%. He's 39% accurate. Okay, so we're gonna see if we can pull up the ESPN stats. Don't blink. It's not a very good nickname. And he must be Greek. He's 32. Old ass, plays a job and shit. Okay, well he's got a good number of wins. Last time he fought was almost a year ago, and he won by TKO in the fourth round, or the fourth minute of the first round. And when he loses, it seems it goes the distance, or at least it goes longer. Brandon Morano, he lost by TKO the third. It was a win, won the distance. Ooh, a lot of decisions. I'm gonna give him a D for decisions. But let's pull up his stats here. So SSL, this column. I wish this was an Excel spreadsheet. I'm an Excel wizard. Not many of you know that, but I'm telling you for the first time now. I'm hearing for the first time. I'm telling you. But what we can do from this is you're gonna press stat on your calculator, go to edit, and enter in clear L1 if you have data in L1. But enter these in. I mean, we have a lot of data here. We can kind of extrapolate what we think is average significant strikes landed per match. Now, this is going to be, keep in mind your other stuff about if he goes the distance or not. But this data can be pivotal in deciding whether we want to go over or under. So this fight does go the distance. At 4.5 strikes per minute. So let's just do a little quick math on my phone here. 4.56 per minute, 25 minutes. That's 114 strikes. So he's almost doubling the projection. So that's possible. I'm gonna mark that down. 114. I would say that's his max. Not max. I mean, let's look at here. He's never gotten over 100, so probably his max. People don't break the mold very often, but let's just go ahead and put our data into L1 here. 99, 53, 51, 23, 13, 22, 78, 82, 91, 58, and 86. Okay, we're gonna go to calc, which is the second option up here. Go to one variable stats, click enter. Make sure your L list is L1, no frequency list, and calculate. So this is going to give us our mean and our standard deviation. Well, if we follow some general rules like Chebyshev's rule, 99% of the data is going to fall within 2 standard deviations of the mean. That's not exact, it's like 90, but that's with almost any data set. And, most things in life are normally distributed. But, so we have a mean here of 56.167. You have a standard deviation of our sample of 31.2. So that means he usually gets about 56 significant strikes per match, and it can vary a good amount. 32 is a lot of deviation. So that mean of 56.167 is under the projection of 69.5. So that is going to be a tally in the down category. But next, we're going to go second under calculator, distribution, go to normal CDF, and we're going to check how likely a lower will be. So if you're a lower category, you're going to want to enter -1 E99. Now that just means negative infinity, pretty much, a really, really small number. For the upper category, we're going to put the betting line of 69.5, and we're going to take our mean from our data, which is 56.167, and our standard deviation of 31.2. We're just going to slap that together, press enter, and that'll give you the likelihood that he goes under as a decimal, which is a percentage. So that is 66.5% chance. Pretty good chance. Now, I'm going to go ahead and circle the under category for now. All right. Let's get back to it. I had to take a shit. So, I meant to look at Pantoja here. So, Pantoja. Looks like Pantoja's favored. And whoop. So Pantoja is averaging about 4.41 strikes per minute, and the line on that 73.5. So if he has 4.41 per minute, or 73.5 divided by 4.41, that'll get a 16.67. And with that, it's 16.67 minutes, so about 3 rounds, 3.33 rounds. So they only have, yeah, so the line seems to be about 3.5 rounds, or 3.25 rounds. That's what Vegas thinks the fight's going to last for. So if you want to bet on the fight time, I would do that. 3.5 rounds, about 15 minutes. Let's see, it looks like the line for this is 22.5 minutes, so I'd definitely go with the under on that one. Just me. But we're just doing significant strikes today. It's going to be a short little video just on the main card because it's Friday. May have waited a little bit to do this. Anyway. So 66.5% under for him for France. Now let's look at Pantoja's stats. See, I'm thinking we go with the under on France. Under. And then for our third fight of the night of the main card, we got Brandon Royval versus Joshua Van. So let's come up real quick. And then we'll also look up Joshua Van. So it looks like Royval. Van. Oh, oops. Do that. UFC stats. Joshua Van. Here we go. Okay. So strikes per minute for Van is going to be 8.2. So he's a much more active puncher. Strike accuracy is 54%. Strikes absorbed per minute 5.29. So he's decent. His defense is pretty good, about 60%. And he's lost his last fight, or no, that's the next. He's won his last couple of fights except facing Charles Johnson, which got 88. So if we look at, he is Myanmar, so he's probably does Muay Thai right next door. Let's look at Royval. A lot of strikes. So I think this is going to be a strike-heavy match here. Royval is averaging 4.46. So if you're probably going to bet, I would probably lean towards Van on significant strikes. Let's see what the lines are in the app. Royval has 70.5 and Van has 90.5. So there you go. So let's do a little math here. 90.5 divided by 8.2, 11 minutes. 8.2 strikes per minute, 11 minutes, so about 2 rounds. So 11 divided by 5, it's 2.2 rounds. And if we go to Royval, his line is what is he? Royval. 70.5. Oh, I already did that, but 70.5 divided by 4.46. 15.8 minutes divided by 5. 3.16. So it's not as obvious on this one. But I'm probably going to go with the bet on Van, just because it seems like he's more proficient. So, well, I don't know. I may go with Royval because it's a lower threshold to reach. But let's see here first. Let's do a little math. And, you know, try to figure out what the odds are that each one of these fighters gets a certain number. So we're going to look at significant strikes landed again and enter our data. This is for Van. 125, 59, 165, 118, 67, 83, 156, and 120. So we're going to go again, stat, calc, one variable stats. So Van's mean amount of significant strikes landed is 111. Which, that's a lot. With a standard deviation of 39.1. And for Roy, well, we'll do this first. We'll go to dist. We're going to go back to normal CDF, and we're going to look at the under first. Because once you do this, like, here, I'll put it in and then talk. Okay, so we have our data. Our lower, the line on our data we collected, our mean standard deviation. Now, 97.8 is saying lower. So 90, yeah, if we bet lower, it's a 97.8 chance of happening. Really, really high. Normally you don't get that high. But you can just subtract this number from 1, and you have a 2% chance of going over 90.5. So I'm going to definitely pick the under on Van. I'll go ahead and do Roy Vol, but, you know, that's very high likelihood. So let's go back into our stats, put in those new stats. 124, 145, 101, 13, 14, 40, 17, 17, 39, and 16. And again, get our one variable stats. So Royval has a mean of 53.3 with a standard deviation of 52.2. Huge variation. Well, like, that's insane. So we're gonna go to dist again, normal CDF. Same thing, just put in the line of 70.5. Mean is 53.3. Our standard deviation is 52.22. So that gets us a 63% chance of him going under. 62.9, but you don't want to hear. So recently, both of these fighters have been pretty, you know, active. Just here, this significant strikes attempted 304 against Cody Durden last year in December. Now, these fighters have fought recently. June 7th, 2025 for Bruno Silva. Yeah, he fought Bruno Silva. Royval hasn't fought in over a year, or almost over a year. October. And he attempted 510. This is hard, folks. This is tough. I might. You know what? I think these guys are going to stand and bang. I'm going to pick the over on Royval. I think he will lose, but I'm going to pick the over. So here I'll build our final lineup. I'll put that up on the screen, and then we'll be done. So Royval over, Mr. France under, and we'll take that Ilya Taporia 0.5. And if we do a flex play, thank you for watching, guys. I will update you tomorrow after the fights. By Sunday or Monday, I'll send it up. Show you guys what's happening. But thank you so much for watching. Have fun fighting.